Alrighty, so my name is Ciarra St. Arnold. I am a silver consultant here, and today I'm going to be kind of going over how to gain clients, how to get clients to find you both on and off social media, because I know that social media is not for everybody, and that sometimes in-person stuff works a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I have categorized everything. So if you're a note taker or something like that, I tried to make it a little bit easier for everybody. Just by categorizing it by each social media account and then other stuff that's not online. So the first one that I have got on here is Facebook. This is what I use probably the most out of everything. This is what I have found to be the most successful for me. So I will kind of preach it till we're all blue in the face, but consistency is definitely key. But the first thing that I will say on Facebook is to make a personal or make a post on your personal page announcing your business. So if you've already been in the business for a while, I have done this twice now. So when I first started, I made a post about, hey, I just started my own travel business. If you or anyone you know is looking to go on a trip or something like that, please send them my way. Nothing super salesy, just kind of letting people know, hey, I'm here. This is what I do. And if you've been in for a while, do it every couple months because a lot of times people forget. So you have to remind them. So that is one of the things that I did when I first started. And then I did it again just a couple of weeks ago. I've been in about 3.5 months at this point. So that makes the second one that I've done. And each time I get new people to my business page. So in addition to making that post on your personal page, I would say make an intro post on your business page as well. So whenever I made my business page, I posted a picture of myself and I just said, hey, just wanted to introduce the face behind Hidden Gems, which is my travel business. My name is Ciarra St. Arnold. This is what I can do. These are the kind of trips I can book. And then I put a little blurb in there about, when I'm not traveling or booking trips, you can find me doing X, Y, and Z. So just kind of making it a little bit personal so people know that you are a real person and you're not just somebody trying to take their money. And it kind of builds your, what is the word? Builds your status with everybody, I guess I would say. So that
rapport.
Know that you are real. And then the next thing that I did is I invited all of my Facebook friends to my business page. I didn't just go in and do a couple here and a couple there. I went in and I invited all 900 and something of my friends. So if you don't know how to do that, I can share with you guys. So let me pull up my Facebook page. So if you go on a computer, that's the way I did it. You can do it from your phone too, but I just viewed it as myself. And then if you go to these three little dots right here, you click on it, click invite friends, and it will bring up everybody on your friends list. So I have a couple here that I have not invited, but I'll just be honest with you, a couple of these people have passed away, so that's the reason. So all you have to do is click on them and then hit invite, and it'll send them a notification. You can also do this from your phone pretty similarly. So that is how I did that. And this kind of goes along with what will be my next thing is to have your friends and your family invite their friends to your Facebook page. So I know that I had my mom, my husband, a couple of my best friends. I had them all go on and add people as well and invite people. So pretty much the same concept. If they were to go to your business page from their page, you just click the three little dots and then just click invite friends. On your phone, if you do this, it might be a little bit different. So there's tabs across the top. So these tabs right here, whenever you look at it on your phone, it may say community. If you click that, or if they click that, then it will give them the option to invite friends, and they can literally hit select all and it will invite every single friend that they have. That is how I have gotten a lot of people to my business page as well. So right here, you can see 312 people like this, and only 127 of those people are my friends on Facebook. So they have to be coming from somewhere. And I know that quite a few of them came from when I had my friends and family invite other people that I don't know who they are to my page. And I actually got a booking from someone from doing that. So have your friends and family invite all of their people as well. Let's see here. And then the next thing that I do is when your friends are on vacation, if they post about it, make comments on their posts and say, looks like you're having a great time. And I did this a couple weeks ago with my old boss. So this specific scenario, you kind of read the room and know who you're talking to. But for me, I did it on one of my old bosses. He jokes around all the time, doesn't take anything too seriously. He was at the beach or going to the beach, and I commented on it, and I said, looks like you're having fun. Thanks for thinking about me. I'm a travel agent now, so I could have done that for you. And I was kind of sarcastic about it, and he completely understood that. And he was like, I forgot that you were a travel agent, but I'll reach out to you for our next trip. And he's actually going to Gatlinburg in a couple of weeks. So he reached out to me to help him with that. So comment on your friend's post, say stuff like, it looks like you're having a great time. If you ever need my help booking a trip in the future, I'd love to help you out. It doesn't have to be anything long, extravagant, or anything like that. Just remind them that you're there, because like I said before, sometimes people just forget. So you have to be on them and kind of remind them that you are there and that you can do those things. The next thing, we talk about this all the time for mock bookings, is to join groups, but I will go a step further and say, make sure you are interacting in those groups. You're not just joining groups, posting your mock booking, and then you don't pay attention to anything else in those groups. So some of the groups that I have joined are business networking groups, both in my state, in my town, and I'm also moving to Colorado pretty soon. So I have joined some business networking groups in Colorado. So kind of look out for those. A lot of times they have rules, so make sure you read them. Sometimes they'll have like daily threads. I know one that I'm in on Friday. So for today, they posted, what is your promo of the week? And I went in and posted about the Virgin Voyages, how they're up to 40% off right now. You can get some onboard credit. I went in and posted about that. And then a lot of times they'll let you put like an intro post whenever you join the group. So you can go in, post a picture of yourself or your business logo or something like that. Say, hey, my name is whatever. I own this business. I'm a travel agent. This is what I can do. So those have gotten me a lot of people. And then that kind of builds up a network of people that will refer you when their friends ask. In the same group today, somebody posted that they were needing help with a quote for some places, and someone tagged my name in it, and we're all in the same group. So that was pretty cool. I actually have a phone call with that lady tomorrow to kind of go over everything that she's wanting. So join business networking groups, because all of those people understand what it's like to be a small business owner, and they understand that it's hard to gain clients when you're first starting out. So they will kind of refer you, and then you can do the same for them. Another group that I have joined is travel groups. So not necessarily like travel agent groups. I don't really interact in any of those because all of us are there for the same reason, to book travel. But I have joined like female travel groups, couple travel groups, traveling around the USA, stuff like that. Join those. And a lot of times people will ask for recommendations. You can kind of comment in there, be like, hey, I'm a travel agent. If you need help, I'd love to help you. Or if they're looking for excursions, you can go in and put your Viator link, something like that, just to where they know that you're there. They know that you can help them, stuff like that. So always be on the lookout when people are looking for recommendations, even if they don't need you to book their trip, if they've already booked their trip. Like I said, if you go in and put your Viator link and they buy one thing off of there, then you just earn commission, and all you had to do was comment on a Facebook post. So it really can be that easy. Another thing that I personally do is join ticket resale groups, so we can make instant commissions off of those. So I will go in and join resale groups in my area and all the places around me. So when people are in there looking for tickets, I can go on one of our websites, look and see what's available, look and see what we can have access to, and then I'll comment on it and be like, hey, I have a travel business. This is what I can offer you, because I don't have the tickets up front to show them. And a lot of times people think that's a little bit scammy. But if you tell them that you have a travel business, you show them your Facebook page or whatever you need to show them to prove to them that you are real, then you can make sales that way too. And again, all you had to do was comment on a post and go look in one of our vendor websites. Super, super easy to do. And that is how I have made some instant commissions. Another thing is traveling to or moving to groups. So as I mentioned just a minute ago, I am moving to Colorado. So I've joined moving to Colorado groups because I need them, but also because I have been able to network through that and meet up with other people that are moving to that area or people that are already in that area, kind of put my name out there. And then as far as traveling to groups, so if you join, like, so for example, I live in North Carolina right now. I have joined moving to North Carolina groups because people that are coming here to see if they want to live here need a place to stay. They need a plane ticket to get out here. They need a rental car while they're here, things like that. So kind of looking out for that when people are looking for recommendations of places to go, things to see while they're here. This is a place I'm familiar with because I've lived here all my life. So again, if they're traveling here and they're looking for stuff to do, you can throw your Viator link in there and all they have to do is book it themselves. You don't have to do any work and you still make the commissions. So be on the lookout for people that are looking for recommendations in your area, places that you've been to before, places that you love to travel to, places you've been to multiple times. Look out for stuff like that. Another one we talk about this a lot is yard sale groups. And I've also joined a lot of town talk groups. So a lot of times you can just search like your city or town name and then put town talk behind that. Pretty much every city where I'm from has one. So I have joined all of those. I know all of them have at least one day that is specifically for small business advertising. So every week I go in and post something about me and my business. I either offer like a promo, like the Virgin Voyages thing that's going on, or if I share my booking, I know that those are the days I can share it. So those have been helpful. And I have also, last week, actually, there was somebody that posted in one of the town talk groups about looking for a work from home job. So I commented on there because I also do the team building side of things. So I commented in there, you know, I'm a travel agent. I get to work from home or wherever I'm at. If you're interested, let me know. And I had probably 13 people comment on that, and I have several of them signed up for a webinar. So that is also a good way to get people as far as team building and stuff like that. Linda, I don't have a Facebook page. I'm not sure I should make one because I don't have people to connect with. I don't have a supportive family, so I don't plan on sending them any friend requests. What do you recommend for that? So if you don't have a Facebook page, even if you don't necessarily have family that you want to add, I still recommend making one because, like I said, most of the people, I don't know if you were on at the beginning, most of the people that follow my Facebook page found me from Facebook groups. They're not necessarily my friends on Facebook. I do have several people that are my friend on Facebook, but not everybody is. So you can still have people find you on Facebook if you still work like a full-time job, or if you just become friends with people, you know, over the internet, stuff like that. Add those people. You can add all of us as travel agents. I know I don't mind when people from the travel business add me. Obviously, I know that I can't sell stuff to you because you can do it yourself. But for me, I still add us. So that still gives you friends so people know that you're real. Because I feel like a lot of times if you have a business Facebook page, but you don't have a personal page, people think that it's fake. So I would personally still create one, even if you don't plan on adding your family members, stuff like that. You can always find people in Facebook groups. Like I said, that's where almost all of my clients have come from. I have booked very little for my family. So I would still make one if I were you. Next, post on your business page when you book a trip. So if you haven't done that yet, then this doesn't necessarily apply to you. But whenever you're first starting out, I know Jody still does this sometimes. I have also started doing it. So I will show you guys kind of what I do for that. Let's see. So right here, let's see, let me scroll down. I did one last weekend, so I will pull that one up. And this is, again, just to show people that you are real. You're actually booking trips. You're not, you know, completely full of crap. So like right here, I put that I just booked a lovely couple's honeymoon stay at this 5-star rated historical inn in Asheville, which is not very far from me. They do not live here. They're coming from Michigan. And then I tagged the place that they're staying, and I put some little information about it. I got all of this off TripAdvisor. I didn't completely copy and paste. I tweaked it a little bit to be my own words, but this all came from TripAdvisor. I didn't have to do a whole lot of work. And when I posted it, I posted a couple pictures of it, added some hashtags. I posted it to my Facebook and my Instagram. It was super easy. I also tagged Asheville because sometimes people will look that stuff up and they can also find you that way. And then she shared it and I shared it onto my personal page, and then the person I booked it for shared it onto her page as well. So when you do stuff like that, post that you are booking stuff, that people are actually working with you. And if you can get them to share on their personal page and, you know, recommend you, then that's even better. So I know when people start, if you start getting, you know, a ton of clients and you're booking 7 and 8 trips a day, then this is probably not super easy. But for me, I'm just starting out. So this kind of shows, you know, this is what I can do. And I actually had somebody reach out to me about this exact place and ask me, you know, how much it costs and stuff like that. And they are considering going there as well. So that can always help gain business. Let's see. Oh no. I started late. Okay. And then the last thing for Facebook that I recommend is going in and searching travel agent recommendations. So if you just go to the search bar, type that in, and then you look at posts, it'll bring up all kinds of people that have public posts that are looking for travel agent recommendations. And you can either comment on it, let them know, hey, I'm a travel agent. I own whatever your business name is, tag your business page. This is what I specialize in. This is what I can do. I would love to help you. I would love to speak with you more to see if we're a good fit for each other. Stuff like that. Sometimes they'll reply, sometimes they won't, but at least you try. Alrighty. So the next thing that I have is LinkedIn. So I have a personal page and a business page on LinkedIn, and I post on both of them. I don't post the exact same thing necessarily, but I do post on both of them. Again, this is just so people know you're real. When they look at your personal profile, if you put that you're a travel agent at your own business, then that links them to your business page and vice versa. So that is how I use LinkedIn. Like I said, I use it personal and business. So I would recommend connecting with people that are recommended to you. So if you go on LinkedIn, they will automatically recommend people for you to connect with based on your job that you have listed on LinkedIn, based on your college that you went to. If you did go to college, if you have that on your LinkedIn profile. Could you show your TikTok listing? I haven't gotten to that one. I had skipped ahead on accident, so I'll get there in just a second, Glenda. So it'll recommend people for you. And even if you don't know them, that's the whole point. Just connect with a bunch of people that, like I said, have things in common with you. And then my thing with people that I went to school with, we are all just graduating. I just graduated a year and a half ago, so I'm still pretty fresh out of college. So I connect with all of those people. And then once you connect with them, you can invite them to your business page. So I will show you guys how to do that if you aren't familiar. On here, if you go to my network, this is where it will show you people that they recommend for you. So all of these people are people I may know from my college. So I can go in here and just click connect. And if they accept it, that's great. That's a new person. And then once you get people, you can go to your business LinkedIn page. And over here, it says invite connections, and it will give you credits. So you get 100 credits a month. It refills on the first of every month, and every person that you invite takes a credit. But if they accept your invite, then it will give it back to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on all of these people. As you can see, all these people down here I've already invited. So I'm going to invite all of these people, and it's going to take my credits away. But if they were to go in and, like I said, accept that invite, then it will give me the credit back and I can continue. So that's how I got all of these followers, is inviting all the people I'm connected to on LinkedIn. So a lot of times I will post stuff on here. I'll post my mock bookings and stuff on here. So they see all of this. And then if they want to go on a trip, they can always message me. This guy right here actually messaged me earlier. He's from around the same area that I'm from. So just having a conversation with these people, letting them know that you are real, finding stuff in common with these people will definitely gain their trust and make them a lot more likely to want to book something with you. All right. So next thing for LinkedIn is to make posts about travel and use travel hashtags. I do this on my personal page and my business page. So I have went in whenever I go on trips and I say stuff like, I'm headed to Charleston this weekend, can't wait to be at the beach, whatever it may be. And then I'll put in some travel hashtags. That's the kind of stuff I do on my personal page. On my business page, I will post things like mock bookings. Again, the posts that I make whenever I book a trip, when I share that, I post that on LinkedIn. A lot of my content is reused, so I don't have to think about it every time I go to post. I post the same stuff on every single platform because it makes it a lot easier. So that's the kind of stuff I post on my business page, stuff like COVID restrictions, just stuff that shows you know what's going on in the travel industry today. It gains a lot of trust with clients, so I have started doing that. Make posts on your personal page. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be travel related. Just anything that's personal and gets people to relate to what you're talking about, gets people to interact with you. Just kind of like what you would post on Facebook. I post that on LinkedIn, but maybe make it a little bit more professional. Another thing is to comment on other people's posts and make it engaging. So a lot of times LinkedIn will give you notifications when people start new jobs that you're connected to. So go on and congratulate them, but take it a step further and, put something like, I had a girl earlier, she got a new job at a hospital. So I commented on it and said, congratulations on your new role. I'm just curious, what got you interested in the medical field? Something like that will make her respond to me if she chooses to, but it's not just okay, you congratulated me and that's it. Like, I don't need to respond. I actually asked her a question to get her to respond to me because the algorithm on all social media is about engagement. So if you can get somebody to comment back to you and continue on a conversation in the comments, then you're going to boost your own page in the process. And LinkedIn and Facebook and all those kind of things will recommend your stuff to other people if there are more people engaging with it. So I always try to ask a question or say something that helps them understand that we relate to something like that, just so, like I said, they have a reason to comment back to me. The next thing is TikTok. I know this is like one of the newer things, but it is so easy to go viral on TikTok. So I have just recently started using it personally. And there are so many things that you can do on TikTok. There's so many trends that you can do. But one of the things that I have really enjoyed is leaving reviews on restaurants and breweries. I haven't posted one yet, but I look at them all the time, especially if I'm going somewhere. So I know people do this a lot for Disney World. They'll do reviews about the restaurants at Disney, kind of go in, show what the restaurant looks like, show what you ordered, tell how much it costs, tell if it was good, stuff like that. Give them like bullet points of everything that happened while you were there. And then that kind of draws people in to be like, okay, this seems like somewhere I would want to go. So restaurants, breweries, wineries. I know our brewery down the road has like trivia night, bingo night. Tell the people that in your video. So even if you're not there on a night that's themed, tell people that they offer that. Just because it gives people an idea of, will I enjoy this or will I not? Another thing you can do is when you go on vacation, you can do a room tour of your hotel or your vacation rental, whatever it is. Those are really popular. So just going in and being like, when you open the door, we have a queen bed over here. We have this big jacuzzi tub. There's a balcony that overlooks the pool. Just kind of give them an overview of everything again, so they know whether or not it's something that they may be interested in, because that also builds with people, because if you've been there, you can recommend it to them and you actually know what you're talking about. It's not just you're recommending stuff based off what you saw on the internet. It's personal experience, which goes a lot longer of a way, I feel like, than you just researching stuff on Google. Because researching stuff on Google is great, but if you've been there, then people seem to trust you a little more and they seem to understand a little bit more. Another thing you can do is a tour of the entire place. So if you're at like an all-inclusive, kind of go around and say, this is the infinity pool over here, and we've got some restaurants and a swim up bar, and then on this side of the resort is where the nightclub is, where they do like silent discos, stuff like that. This is what the beach area looks like at this certain resort, stuff like that. Just showing them everything that there is to show them. Again, just kind of giving them an idea of this is what you can expect when you're there. Another thing, whenever you do activities or excursions, taking like little vlogs of that. Taking them along to show them, what you're doing on this activity, because it could be named, food tour, but what kind of food are you getting? What kind of restaurants did you go to, or food trucks, or whatever it may be? What did you go to while you were there? How much did it cost? How long did it last? Stuff like that. What you enjoyed and what you didn't enjoy while you were doing whatever activity or excursion. Again, just letting them know kind of what to expect if they were to do it. Kind of went over that. You can also do like a day with me. So if you're on vacation, do a day with me on vacation, or if you're working from home that day, doing a day in the life kind of my work day. And it doesn't have to be anything super fancy. And I know that a lot of times people think, oh, well, I'm just on the computer all day, that's boring. But just make it interesting, because people want to see that stuff. And I've also gotten people for team building that way. They see kind of what my day-to-day is like and they want to know more. And then I've also done, whenever I go on flights, I've done a fly with me. So I'll actually show you guys on my personal TikTok one of the ones that I did. So if you guys can't hear this, let me know. All right, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy, okay? It can literally just be videos of you driving down the road and seeing like a beautiful view or something like that. So it doesn't have to be a whole lot of thought into it, okay? I know a lot of times people are like, well, it's just so much work, but it's really not. All you have to do is take it on your camera, and then at the end of the day, go into TikTok, upload all the videos. If you want to add some text and some music, do that, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Not a whole lot of work goes into that. And then you can also do stuff using your agent perks. So last night, I actually booked our hotels for whenever we do move to Colorado. I'm planning on using my Marriott Fantastic rates. So I got those rates for a little under $100 a piece. And they are originally like $250 a piece every night. So I'm going to make a video about that, about how I got it so cheap, because a lot of times with team building, people think that all these perks are not real. And they are. They very much are real. So letting them know, this is how much I got it for. If you have to show your receipt, make a whole video out of it. It doesn't have to be, a 20-minute long video. It can be a minute, but just kind of explain, show them, if I were to book this on Marriott myself, this is how much it would have cost. But with my travel agent perks, this is how much I spent, and show them your receipt. Make that, prove to them that you are real, because they already think that we're all spammers. They think we're a pyramid scheme, stuff like that. So show them that it's real. The overthinking makes it a lot of work. Yes, it does. That's why I say don't overthink it. Just take videos of whatever is around you and then throw it all together. And that is all you have to do. Okay. So the next thing I recommend on TikTok, I did this for flight prices, are tips from a travel agent. So people think traveling sometimes is so hard, it's so expensive, they can't do it, but they can. And especially with flights, we don't make commission on that anyway. So I booked a flight to Cancun and I used penny fares with Spirit. I would have never known about that if I wasn't a travel agent and I heard Marty Hernandez talk about it. So I made a video about me going to the airport, buying a penny fare with Spirit, how much I spent, compared it to the price that I found online. It took me maybe 40 seconds to put that video together. Super easy, and I pretty much just talked through the whole thing. So it was pretty much just a presentation like this. I was like, this is how I got these prices. This is what it would originally cost. And I learned about this being a travel agent. So just tips. Another thing you could share tips about is if you travel with kids a lot, something that has made it easier for you. So if you rent cribs, or you have advice for taking a stroller on a plane, something like that, you can literally just take a video of yourself talking, make it short, sweet, to the point, and that's it, and post it, and people will appreciate all the help. And when you give them tips on stuff, they're more likely to come back to you for either more tips or to book their trip for them, so they don't have to worry about it. So I think it's super easy to grow on TikTok. Most of my videos have like over 500 views. So just make it about travel. People love to see places around the world. So like the video I showed you guys, it just has things like the red rocks in the background, the snow-capped mountains, stuff like that. People just want to see that. Even if they don't care what you're doing, they want to see what the world has to offer. So just doing stuff like that. And then I also make my mock bookings and any promotions I have going on. I make that into a TikTok too. Again, super simple. I pretty much just make a slideshow out of the pictures that I've used, and then I do a voiceover. I say, this is where it's going to out of whatever city. These are the dates I have, but this can be flexible. Prices are starting at $300 a person. Message me, text me, whatever it may be, to learn more or to book your spot. So again, doesn't have to be a whole lot of effort. You can just make a slideshow. You can upload all the pictures and then talk over it about exactly what it is. So people don't have to read anything. All they have to do is listen. Mock bookings, we talk about this all the time. I know there was just a training on it this morning. Again, as I mentioned before, I reuse all of my content. So the first thing I will say with mock bookings is if you're having trouble coming up with an idea, if you've already made a booking, use that as a mock booking because you've already done the work. So you may need to change like the departure airport or the dates or something like that if you want to, but you don't have to. And again, I post the exact same thing on every single social media platform. So Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, my Google business page. I also post it on my stories on Instagram and Facebook. And I take it a step further to post it on my personal page stories as well. And then I'll tag my business page. So I know a lot of times people just scroll through the stories and they don't necessarily scroll through their feed. So that's a way of helping them go ahead and see it. Even if they didn't scroll through their entire feed, they can just look at it on your story And then if they're interested, they can just swipe up on it and message you. And I've had several people do that for me. So I just post it whenever I go into Facebook. I go into the business suite and I post it on Facebook and Instagram at the exact same time. Then I copy and paste it onto LinkedIn, and then I copy and paste it into my Google business page. Like I said, I'll make a little video about it on TikTok, and then I'm done. I don't have to do anything else until I go to share it into groups. So I don't make a new mock booking for every single social media, and I post it all at the exact same time on all my social media, so I don't have to think about it anymore. And then I will also share it onto my personal page from my business page. I don't do this every single time. I just do it sometimes. And whenever I post it onto my personal page, I don't put like every single detail. I'll just put something like, for my Virgin Voyages one that I just did, I shared it and I said, a cruise with no kids, count me in. So it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Again, just something super simple to catch people's attention and then get them to look at the pictures and look at the details from your business page. So reuse the content. Don't stress yourself out, because the chances that somebody's going to see your post on every single social media platform is very slim. So you want to put it out there for everybody and hope that they see it. YouTube, this is one that is a little bit more work. So if you don't already have a YouTube channel or you don't already have time for this, then this probably isn't the easiest method for you. But before I started as a travel agent, I already had a YouTube channel. I already made like vlogs and stuff like that. So I have just carried my travel business over into that type of stuff. So I make videos, like I said, travel vlogs. Again, same type of stuff that I do on TikTok, except on YouTube, I make it a little bit longer, give a little bit more detail, show a little bit more behind the scenes, stuff like that. So I will link all of my social medias at the end. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put my link tree in here so that you guys can kind of look at it if you're interested in that. But if not, that's fine too. Just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I do. I also do day in the lives, again, as a travel agent, as a small business owner, as somebody who works from home. Bring them along for your day-to-day. You don't have to do a lot of talking in this. You can do, you can video this on your phone if you need to. Just you working on the computer, making your breakfast, whatever it may be. Glenda, you missed some of the last part of TikTok. This is being recorded, so it'll be posted on YouTube. I think it'll be on Jody's page. So we'll send out the link once it gets posted on there for you to go back to. Day in the lives, like I said, just showing them what you're doing every day. I have also gotten people to the webinar that are interested in being a travel agent from this, because they see what I'm doing every day. They see what it takes and they're like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I want to know more. And then whenever you put in the description, I always link to all of my business social media, my website, all that kind of stuff. I put it in the description. So if they're not interested in being a travel agent, but they need help with the trip, then all my information is already there for them to see. Same thing as TikTok, tips and tricks from a travel agent. Again, just making it a little bit longer, a little bit more detailed than the TikTok, because YouTube videos are usually a little bit longer. They don't have to be, of course, but a lot of times they can be anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. So this is another one of those things you can go into a little bit more detail, explain stuff a little bit more, show how you do stuff like that. I did a training yesterday on making business flyers in Canva. So if you were not able to watch that and don't know what I'm talking about, it is posted on Jody's YouTube page. So go do that, or go watch that and make a business flyer, because this is going to be a little bit repetitive if you were on that training yesterday, but you can post these so many places. And I have done this so many times. I actually had somebody come to me about a trip because they saw my flyer in a post office. So that is the first one that I said, is the post office. Post them there. A lot of times they'll have bulletin boards, or if not, just hang it on the wall. I carry a stack with me of my flyers everywhere. I keep Scotch tape and a stapler in my purse to take with me just in case I see somewhere that I can post it. So the post office, dressing rooms, fitting rooms, like at the mall or any kind of clothing store, I tape it on the back of the fitting room door. So when they come in to clean the fitting room, they don't see it and take it down. But when someone goes in there to try their clothes on, it's on the back of the door and they see it. Another place you can put it is the bathrooms, public bathrooms, either on the back of the stalls, near the sinks, near the door where people are going in and out of, just anywhere that people will lay eyes on it. My personal business flyer now has my QR code on it, so they can just scan it and it'll take them straight to my business website. That's a little bit easier than just having your information. Again, I went over all of that in my Canva training, so go check that out if you are curious, if you want to learn more about that. Another place, public parks and Optimus parks. Again, these places usually have bulletin boards that you can post it in. So go put it there. They'll have like sports signups, job fairs, stuff like that. Post your flyer there. That's where people kind of go to look for stuff. So someone is likely to see it. And especially at Optimus parks, sometimes those teams are traveling places. They need somebody to book the hotels, all that good stuff. So what better way to get your business out there than to have the whole Little League team trying to get a hotel room from you? So that has worked for me in the gym, whether it be like a basketball gym, like a rec center, or like a workout gym, like a Planet Fitness or something like that. You can put them around there if they'll let you. You can also put them in the locker rooms. Again, local restaurants, breweries, wineries, stuff like that. I personally have only hung them in small businesses or family-owned places. So in places like that, that are the small businesses, I would ask first if they are okay with you posting it, because some people don't want you to. But I will also say on the flip side of that, all the ones I put it in, they are also small businesses, so they understand how difficult it is to get your name out there and get people to trust you and come to your business. So I haven't had an issue with that yet. A lot of times they'll just give you like a specific place that they want you to hang it up at. I know at one restaurant I went to, they wanted me to put it like near the cash register, like on the wall there. So that's where I put it. Hang it up pretty much anywhere that you go to get food, or like I said, breweries, wineries, anything like that. You can usually hang them up there. At the library, this is another one of those places I would suggest asking first, because I know the library near me told me that I was not allowed to post it if I was making any profits off of it. So since people, if they booked a trip with me, I would be making commission. I wasn't able to hang it up, but I just gave it to the lady at the desk, and then that's still eyes on my business. So it wasn't, everybody in the library, but at least the people that worked there saw my business name, that I gave them the flyer, and then they can tell other people about it if they so choose to do that. You can also leave it at the dry cleaner. I know ours has like a spot for business cards and small business advertising. Can you promote team building at the website? Like on your personal website, is that what you're asking? Oh, at the library. I don't know. I didn't, all of my the flyers I've been hanging up are just about my business. They're not necessarily about the team building side. But if they were to go to my website, then they would see that tab. So that would be one of those things. I would just ask if they'll allow you to post it. Because technically we still do profit from team building a little bit. So that's one of those things. It really probably just depends on your library and what their rules are. So I would just ask to make sure. The next thing that I said was the tanning salon, and then I included a picture here. This is at my post office. So this bulletin board right here is actually like locked up, and it's just post office announcements and stuff. But then right here is where people check their mail and stuff, and this is where they throw away all the newspapers and stuff that they don't want. So I hung this right up there where they could see it. The next place I would say, if you still work full-time, I still work full-time. This travel agent stuff is my side gig right now for the next couple weeks. So I put one in the break room at my full-time job, because people are going in there, making their lunch, making their coffee, letting them know they all need a vacation too, because I know how much I don't enjoy going to work and how much I need a vacation every day. So I know that all these people do too. So I put it in there. We have like an employee information board. So that's where I hung it up at, but you can hang it on like the vending machines or on the fridge, whatever you can at your full-time job. That's more eyes on your business. You can send it to school with your kids. I know like in elementary school, a lot of times they have like planners and stuff. So if you send it in there, leave a note with the teacher. Hey, if you need help planning a trip this summer, like I would be happy to help. Or you could say, could you put this in the break room to where everyone will see it? Stuff like that, especially if you have a good relationship with your kid's teacher. Send it to school with them. That's all the teachers have the whole summer off, and they need a vacation from all the work they do all year long. So that is a perfect place for it. You can also send it to work with your significant other, your friends, your parents, whatever it may be. I send them with my husband everywhere he goes. He can make a conversation with a brick wall. So I'm going to let him promote my business all he wants to. If you don't have to do it all yourself, then don't. If you can get people to promote your business as well, then let them. So he put one up on the door that goes in and out. He also put one up on in their break room, and he actually had somebody asking how I got into this. So she was interested in becoming one. She's about to retire, and she just wants something to do for fun. So she actually reached out to me about attending a webinar. So it does work, people. It really does. I have had success with it. Another great place is elevators. They are stuck in the elevator until they get to their floor. So hang it up next to the buttons that you have to press to pick what floor you want to go to. People don't have a choice but to look at it because, like I said, they're in there until they get where they need to go. You can also hang it up at colleges. They always have bulletin boards, stuff like that, for school announcements. So post your business stuff there too. You can pass it out. I know a lot of times when I was in school, they had like vendor fairs and stuff like that. Pass it out to kids there. Pass it out to all the vendors that showed up to the fair, whatever it may be. Give it to literally everyone on campus because college kids like to go on vacation too. If you go to church, you can put it on your church bulletin board if they'll let you. You can put it in the pews where the people will be sitting before service. Just get your name out there to all the people. Like I said, these are probably mostly people that you know, so they might already know, but just in case they don't, hang it up when people walk by. They can ask you about it, and you can kind of talk to them about it more in person, which is always nice instead of over social media. Hang it on your neighbors' mailboxes. Do not put it in their mailbox because that is super illegal, and if the wrong person sees you, you can get a huge fine for that. But I have taped it to my neighbors' mailboxes, or if you just want to tape it to their door, you can do that as well if you're not close with your neighbors. Some of my neighbors I'm friends with, so they already know that this is what I do. But if you don't know your neighbors, you can always do that. And then you can also put them on cars and parking lots. So put them under like the windshield wiper. People will probably think that they're getting a ticket, so they're going to look at it. They're going to see what it is. And that's a great way to get out a lot to a lot of different kind of people. Do it at Walmart, at your favorite restaurant, at a college, at school, whatever it may be. Put it underneath the windshield wiper, and then that way they don't blow away. And then, like I said, if people think they're getting a ticket, they're going to pay attention. Kind of tying into the flyers is your business cards. I leave my business cards everywhere too. So just some examples of where I put them. I go to like Target, TJ Maxx, Walmart, places like that, and I put them in the luggage and in purses because if you're going on a trip, you buy some luggage. I know Yanni posted about this before. She had someone call her. Their trip was a disaster and they needed her to fix it. So they found her because she left her business card and some luggage. So that's an easy way to do it. And people that are buying luggage are already traveling. So perfect opportunity. You can also put it near like swimsuits, towels, beach bags. I did this at TJ Maxx. They had them out everywhere, so I put them in there. I've also put them at golf courses. So if you golf or you know people that golf, on the golf cart steering wheel, there's a little clip for the scorecard. I have put my business card there before, and a lot of times people at golf courses love to travel. They've got the money to do it, and they like to play golf when they travel. So that's extra commission right there if you can book them somewhere that they can play golf. Hotel room drawers. I know a really popular thing for that is when people leave like Bibles and stuff in there. They don't throw those away. So leave your business card in the drawers at the hotel room, like the nightstand or the dresser. You can put them there. Again, people in hotel rooms are obviously traveling for something. So perfect opportunity to gain clients right there. I also leave them with my hairdresser, my nail tech. I left them at the tanning salon. So my nail tech has my business cards sitting up on a shelf right behind where everybody checks in. So super easy to see, and I restock them every time I go in there. I also put them in the salt and pepper shaker holders at restaurants, like on the tables. So where they keep like the sweet and low, the salt and pepper. I have a picture of it. I stick like 2 or 3 in there. I don't leave a whole stack of them, but I do put a couple every time we go out to eat. At the bank near the deposit slips, or at where you sign your name on the little, like not computer, but the little thing you sign on. I've put them there before. I've also put them in books at the library. So they don't let me hang the flyers there, but you can put your business card in books. People will find them that way. I've also left them with my check at dinner. I do this every time. People love to travel. Travel does not discriminate at all. Everybody loves to do it. There is always something for somebody. So I always leave it with my check at dinner. And then in the doctor's office, I know a lot of times they have magazines and stuff like that hanging out in the lobby. So I'll put them in the magazines. I put them at the counter, again, where you sign for your credit card or whatever it is. I put them there. In the room that you're being seen in, leave one when you go to walk out. Usually you're the last one out of the room. So I put one in there. Doctors probably love to travel too. Again, they've got the money to do it. So that just leaves so many opportunities. And then if you leave it in there, the nurse tech may see it. Everybody that works there, they may pull it out and say, hey, this was left in there. And then everybody else that works there can see it as well. I also leave it with the cashier whenever I check out at the grocery store, at TJ Maxx, wherever it is. I leave at least a business card with the person checking me out. And then sometimes I'll also leave it at the credit card, debit card reader, just for people that come in behind me to see it. And I've also left them in tip jars. So at Starbucks, I know they have the little thing sitting out. I've put it in there. Of course, I probably wouldn't do that if you're not leaving a tip, because that might be a little rude to some people. But even if you're only leaving $1 or something, I've done that at Starbucks, at the ice cream shops. If you see people out playing music, playing guitar, and they have their guitar case open, you could always put it in there, especially if they're a musician. They probably travel. So that is a perfect opportunity for a client and a repeat client if they are trying to get their name out there as well. It kind of goes back to that thing of they know how it is to be a small business, and they know how hard it is to, get clients and stuff like that. So they understand. And then this is how I do it with the salt and pepper shaker holder. I just stand it up in front of the sweet and low. It's nothing fancy, but it gets the point across and people will see it. So some other options that I had are car decals. I actually just got this in the mail today. I ordered this off Etsy. I got 2 of them for, I think, $15. Again, nothing fancy, but I'm about to move across the country and we are driving. So all kinds of people will see this on my car. It was super easy for me to put on. Like I said, somebody else made it. All I had to do was stick it to my car, and I am just a rolling billboard for myself. So it just has my phone number and then my Facebook and Instagram handles. So that's 2 of the easiest ways to contact me. Let's see. Love this. Yes, I found it on, my mom actually has a machine that makes them, and she made me one too. She made me a bigger one that I'm going to put on the back of my car. I just don't have it yet. So I am working on that. A travel agent t-shirt. So my mother-in-law actually bought me this, and I don't super love the bleached look, but some people do, and she got it for me. So I'll wear it. Again, you're a walking billboard. It strikes up conversation with people. If they, say, oh, I like your shirt, or what is that? You can be like, hey, this is my business. I'm a travel agent. So I haven't been able to wear it yet. I literally just got this last week too. So super easy options. Again, I think this t-shirt was $15. So I also just got married this past October. So whenever I became a travel agent, I reached out to all of our wedding vendors because they traveled for weddings, and I let them know, hey, this is who I am. I don't know if you remember me, but you were the photographer at our wedding, whatever it was. And I'm now a small business owner. I am a travel agent. So I just wanted to reach out and let you know what services I offer. If you need anything business or personal travel in the future, please keep me in mind. And you can also kind of pull the strings of you as a small business owner, understand how hard it is to gain clients. So pull that too if you have to, because again, they're more likely to understand and be like, I've been there before. I'll help them out, and they will recommend you to other people. If you have not been married recently, or you aren't married, whatever it is, reach out to wedding vendors in your area. So literally all you have to do is type in wedding photographers in whatever city, and Google will bring up a whole list. Reach out to them and let them know who you are, what you do. And just say, if you're doing any destination weddings or you have to travel for weddings, I would love to help book your trip so that you don't have to worry about it, because they're already worried about enough dealing with a bride. So that is something that I've done. And I know that my wedding photographer has recommended me to a couple people. So that definitely works. Local in-person networking groups. So if you don't have one in your area, you can always start one. And then you are the boss of that. You are in charge, and you know that you are the only travel agent in that group. So people that meet up, once a week or once a month or whatever it is for, lunch. I know Jody talks about this a lot. You can do that. And like I said, if you don't have one, start one. Just take the initiative to reach out to people and get your name out there. You can also send letters to local schools and churches. I did this, and I kind of, like I said, told them my name, the business that I own, what I can do for them, and kind of give them some examples of what you can book that's beneficial to them, because a family all-inclusive resort is not going to make a difference to a school. So I let them know, if you have sports teams that are traveling for championships, I can help book the hotel for that. If you want to do an overnight field trip, I know when I was in middle school, we went to New York City. So if you're doing something like that, I would love to book the hotel for you. Same thing for churches if they're going on retreats or they want to do like a Holy Land visit or something like that. And then you can also offer to, give back a percentage of your commission to them. You obviously don't have to do that, but for some people, that is a little bit more of a reason for them to use you. So I have done that. I did that with all my local schools and churches. If you are new and you haven't booked a trip for a client yet, if you've booked trips for your friends, I know before I was a travel agent, I booked stuff for my friends and me all the time. I booked my own bachelorette trip. I booked my husband's bachelor party, all that good stuff. Have them go leave a review. So I had one of my friends do this for my bachelorette trip. She pretty much went on and left a review and said, we love the place that we stayed. We were in a super safe area. I would definitely book with her again. So we don't have the same last name. People don't know that we're friends, but it's at least a review, because on Facebook, I know, and on Google, the more good reviews you have, the more likely they are to recommend you to people. So with that being said, I will also say have clients leave reviews about your booking process and your communication with them. This one that I included a picture of, this was my first booking. She's actually one of my mom's friends, but she reached out to me. I booked a trip for her to Key West. She's not going until the end of June. But she went ahead and left me a review saying that, I was super responsive and knowledgeable of so many destinations and activities, that I made it so easy for them, and that she's excited to plan her next trip with me. And then she also said, that she would highly recommend contacting us first before doing anything else. So even if they haven't been on a trip, they don't know what it's like, have them leave a review about, they got back to me really fast. They knew a lot about the place that I wanted to go. They had a lot of great recommendations. They found me a great price for what I wanted. Whatever it is, I always send an email whenever I book with a client, and I say, thanks for booking with me. I'm looking forward to your trip. I'm excited for you. I'm still starting out. So if you are willing and able, I would really appreciate if you would leave a review on my Facebook page and my Google page, and I'll link that on there, and just say, can you please go on and leave a review about our booking process and things like that. Even if it's not great, I would love all of your feedback, something like that. And that's how I've gotten a couple of my reviews on Facebook and Google. So have them do that. And then whenever they go on their trip, have them leave another review about whether they liked it or not, whether they liked the resort, what they enjoyed, stuff like that. And then the last and the most important thing I would say is to ask people. Whenever you see people out, ask them if they need your service, okay? So whenever you're on vacation, if you're on a cruise, wherever you go on a trip, even if you're not on vacation, but these are some of the simpler things, ask the people around you, what do you like about this place? So if you're on a cruise, say, do you like this ship that you're on? Have you been on a cruise before? If they have been on a cruise before, ask them about that experience, because not only does that build your relationship with them, it gives you a little bit of knowledge about other stuff that you may not be familiar with. So, for example, the cruise lines, if you're on a Carnival cruise, but they say that they like Royal Caribbean better, ask them why that is. Ask them what they still like about the Carnival cruise or what they dislike about it, because you may love the Carnival cruise, but if they don't, you want to know that perspective as well, because it's going to be different for everybody on that ship. So ask them that. And then you can go in and ask, like I said, ask about their experience, ask them about places they've liked better, and then follow up with, if you don't mind me asking, who booked this trip for you? And if they say, well, I booked it myself, you can say, oh, well, here's my business card. I'm a travel agent. If you ever want to do something like this again, or want to go on another vacation and you don't want to have to worry about it, here's my information. I would love to help you. It's that simple, but start the conversation with them first. Don't just go around everybody handing out your business card, because then they're going to be like, who is this random person? You want to make that relationship with them. And that is what I think is the most important for actually getting people to book with you, because I've had several people reach out to me, but they don't want to talk to me on the phone. And at this point, if you don't want to talk to me on the phone, then we just won't work together. And that's fine, because if you're not willing to take time to talk to me, then why should I take time to look for you a trip? Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Another thing that I do is when I see that people are engaged or just got engaged, I'll, congratulate them, say, I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited for you. And then I'll kind of throw in there, when you guys are ready to book a honeymoon, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you. The people I just booked for last weekend, people from high school that I knew, I booked their honeymoon for them from doing this exact thing. I congratulated them on their engagement, and then was like, here, can I plan your honeymoon? And they were like, yes, please, because it is so much work to plan a wedding, and people will gladly give you the work to do. Another thing is people who are expecting, if they're pregnant, a lot of people go on what they call baby moons. So reach out and be like, congrats, I heard you're expecting. If you need a relaxation trip, if you want to go on a baby moon, let me know before the baby's here, and I would be happy to plan that for you, because all moms deserve a break. They deserve to go and relax before the little one comes. The next thing is people who have birthdays and anniversaries coming up. This can be friends or just people you're friends with on Facebook. Keep up with that kind of stuff, especially if they have like big birthdays or anniversaries, like 25th anniversary, 50-year anniversary, stuff like that. Reach out to them and say, I know your birthday's coming up. How do you want to celebrate? Like, would you want to go on a trip? I would love to plan for you, stuff like that. And I have also reached out to people that are upcoming graduates, whether it be high school or college. Everybody wants to go on a trip when they're done with school. I know I did. So reach out to them and say, congrats on your graduation. I know that the past 4 years or however long they've been in school have probably been rough. You deserve to relax. If you want to go on a trip, I'd love to help you plan one. So that is pretty much all I had. What I will say, I know that some people, especially with the flowers, having to drive around and hang them up, I know some people say, well, gas is so expensive right now. And it is, but you're not going to be driving all over the state. I literally did my town and like the town over from me, and it maybe took up like an eighth a tank of gas, okay? So if you're spending even $20 on gas and someone calls you for a booking, you're probably going to make more than $20. So is that worth it? I would say yes. And if you think it's not worth it, if you're not willing to spend a little bit of time and money, just a little bit of money, a little bit of gas money to go out and promote yourself, then why should someone spend money to book their trip with you? So it kind of goes both ways. If you're not willing to put your name out there, then why should people have to search you out, if that makes sense? So that is what I do. I will go ahead and link my link tree. So this is what I use. I have it on my socials. I have it on my Instagram. It has all of my socials linked on here if you guys want to look at it. Some of the stuff I mentioned, I have examples of on here. As far as the TikTok stuff, you can always go on and search that stuff yourself. So search hotel tours or room tours, restaurant reviews, stuff like that. You can always find on there. That is what I did to kind of get ideas. And then I plan on starting to do that here in the next coming weeks. So that's pretty much all I had. I hope this was helpful. Do you guys have any questions or anything else that you want me to kind of go over, show you how it's done real fast? I know there is another training coming up in 10 minutes, like right now. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. This will be recorded, like I mentioned, and it'll be posted on the YouTube page. And that is pretty much all I had. If you guys have any questions, like I said, I'm about to hop off so they can do this training. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me on Discord, and I will be happy to help you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.